golfer. I said, you are? She goes, yeah. She says, well, what's your handicap? And she said, I'm about a 1 or a 2. I said, well, you can't play with me. I said, I'm really bad. So we talked about golf for a while. I said, Stacy, it's enjoyed talking to you, but I have to go.
Yeah.
About a week later, she pops on again. She says, Mark, how are you? I said, I'm doing great. How are you? And I don't even know this person. She says, would you like to see my picture? I said, sure. She sends me a picture. This girl is about a 15 on a scale of 1 to 10. And she's young, you know, she's in her mid-20s. I said, you know, I have a young son, he might be interested in you. And she said, no, I like older men.
Wow.
Well, I didn't think anything of it. I said, Stacy, I enjoyed talking to you, and I really got to leave for the golf course, so goodbye. 2 weeks later, she says to me, she said, you know, she said, what kind of work do you do? I said, I was in the furniture business. I'm retired now. And what do you do? And she said, well, I'm an actress. I said, you're an actress? She goes, yeah. She said, well, where do you live? She said, I live in Los Angeles, in Hollywood. And I said, have you done anything good? She said, no, I've caught a couple bit parts, but right now I'm working as a waitress. I'm trying to land my big part. And I said, well, you know what? Just set your goals and stay with it. And one of these days, you'll make it. I can tell. So she said, I have to go, Stacy. It's time for golf. So I took off again. About 3 weeks later, Stacy pops on again. She goes, Mark, you're not going to believe what happened. I said, Stacy, what happened? She said, I've got a job interview tomorrow for Baywatch, Hawaii. I said, you're kidding. I said, no, I'm not kidding. I said, well, I'll tell you what, I can give you a few pointers, and if you listen to what I'm telling you, I know that you'll get the job. She said, okay, what should I do? Well, first, when you're driving for the interview in the morning, tell yourself, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. Just scream it, holler it, yell and holler it. You're driving to your interview, just keep screaming to yourself, I'm the best. It'll get your blood perking up, and you'll really start to believe it. And then when you get to the interview, whoever interviews you, look them square in the eye, make them feel very special, make them feel like they're the most important person in the whole world, because this person can shape your life. And she said, okay, I'll give it a try. So now, I'm really excited for this girl. And I can't wait. I looked for a couple of days, and she didn't pop on when I was on, and I was hanging around longer than I usually do. And finally, about the third day, she says, Mark, it's me. I said, oh, Stacy, where have you been? What happened? I got the job. You're kidding. You're going to be on Baywatch, Hawaii. She said, yes, I'm really excited. I owe it all to you. And I said, oh, Stacy, it's nothing. She said, this is what I want to do. I know you live in Arizona. I'm going to fly to Arizona. I'm going to get us a hotel room. You come on over. We'll spend a few hours. I will give you a day that you will remember the rest of your life. I say, Stacy, I'm a happily married man. There's just no way this is ever going to happen. She says, oh, come on. We've got to do it. I want to show my appreciation. I say, Stacy, I just can't do it. I said, if I did something like that, I'd walk in the house, my wife would kill me because she reads me like a book. Thank you anyway. So anyway, it came up in our conversation that I was going to be going to Palm Springs about 2 weeks later for our annual cousins reunion. And she said, you know what? I'm going to come over to Palm Springs. I'm looking you up. I said, Stacy, please. I can't do it. My wife will kill me. So I talked to her. We became friends. And, about 2 months later, my son is grilling on the back patio, and Mike comes over to the house. Mike and Marlise were coming over. They were visiting Arizona. Mike goes over to John and says, hey, John, I'm Stacy. John says, Stacy who? He says, Stacy. Who He says, you know, Stacy. John goes, you're Stacy? Does my dad know? He said, no, he has no idea. Brings Mike into the house and says, Dad, Mike wants to tell you something. I said, what, Mike? And Mike says, well, I don't have anything to say. And John says, Mike is Stacy. I said, what are you talking about? Stacy who? He says, you know, Stacy. What? Stacy? Can you believe this man? If I would have said one off-color thing, he would have hung me the rest of my life. Anyway, I could go on and on with so many stories. But I did get him back. My sister-in-law is sitting right over here, calls him at 12 o'clock one night, and says, I'm there prompting her, and says, Marlise answers the phone, they're in bed sleeping, and Marlise answers the phone. Sandy says, is Mike there? And Sandy says, well, yeah, he's sleeping. Well, get him up. Well, who is this? This is Sandy. Sandy who? Sandy Thompson. Get him up. So she wakes him up. Mike comes to the phone. He's groggy. He's laying right next to Marlise. And Sandy says, where are you? And Mike says, I'm in bed sleeping. Who are you? I'm Sandy. You were supposed to meet me at the bar because you promised a drink because I bought all that furniture from you. Now, where are you? I want my drink. And Mike says, I don't know you, Sandy. I'm really sorry. Just go to bed. Listen, you better come meet me because I'm angry. Well, Mike slams the phone down. So he goes back to bed, he's sleeping, and he couldn't sleep because he's thinking, now who is this girl? He gets up about an hour later, and he decides he's going to walk the dog because he can't sleep. He's trying to figure out who it is. Lo and behold, that very night, some of Jennifer and Heidi's friends had toilet papered their whole house. Yeah. I was saying to myself, my God, she knows where I live. The next day, Mike comes to work, and by this time, I have a short attention span. I forgot about the whole incident. But he's going around to everybody at work and says, does anybody know Sandy? Did somebody tell you about Sandy? But he's asking everybody, but he doesn't ask the one person that actually knows. And he starts leaving work every day at 5 o'clock because he wants to get home before Marlise gets home because he's afraid the Sandy's going to Anyway, Mike is a wonderful guy. Juanita and I love him to pieces. He's more than a friend. He's been family for many, many years. Mike, I love you.
Thank you.